Hey everyone, welcome back to Kharak Cup number 9. We're going to jump into round 4 right here, and like I mentioned about the last round, there's only going to be 3 games in this one. Ginger Sod, of course, had to forfeit because he needed to leave early. So, we got Kalash Teeth for this last round right here. And the matchup here is going to be Shrike versus that Happy Cat, both playing as Coalition. I can't remember if he was playing as Coalition earlier, but I think he was, right? Probably. Anyhow, Shrike, Coalition main himself, so that's that. Nothing particularly special right there. Now, Shrike probably going to go for that early LAV fabrication like he often does. And that Happy Cat definitely going to be doing this. Going to go for some salvagers first, it seems. A little slow on the draw there, I noticed, but that's no big deal. Kalash Teeth, what a map, eh? I actually really like this map, it's just that I never feel I can play it as Galzian versus, you know, some kind of a... what would you call it? Coalition, or Soban, right? So I always feel like I need to be playing some different faction on this one, or at least banning it or something like that. The reason is actually not because Coalition is particularly strong on this map, it's because AAV rushes are strong on this map, so... yeah, I'd like to avoid that if possible. Why is that, you ask? Well, I mean, the rush distance is very small. It's actually really strong on Torn Crater, too. I just feel like I have a bit more time to react to it there. So, Shrike finishing LAV fabrication. He's going to start making them. Happy Cat as well, but he's already got 2 out. Oh, boy. Ooh. Not sure how I feel about that, but that's alright. You know, I tend to not enjoy it when people queue up lots of units like that, especially in the early game. Sorry if I'm clicking a lot. I'm a clicker, what can I say? So it's 4 LAVs to 2 right here, but none of them looking to be particularly aggressive. Shrike can send his probe out there and see if he can find the tech choice for his opponent. It's going to be a little early for that, though, and he will get shot down by these LAVs right here. I gotta say, after seeing that LAV there with the probe, pushing further in was probably not a good choice unless he wanted to check tech, but you wouldn't expect tech to be out this far. Well, maybe if there was an AAV rush you would, so perhaps that actually was pretty sensible. I'm just not entirely sure. But it looks like the first scuffle of the game is going to go down here. Shrike sets down a turret a little bit early, if you ask me. But if that turret is able to go up, then he will definitely win this fight. Not getting targeted, though, by these LAVs is the turret, so... definitely Shrike going to take control of the middle in this little engagement here. Turrets are strong, Kia. You can't push on that. So a couple of LAVs going to go down there. Happy Cat Space Runner, meanwhile, is over here in this location. Not sure if he's going to want to put the turret down or not. I'm not really sure if it's the right move either. Honestly, I don't get a very good feel for that kind of stuff in CVC. Just ask Garmulator, he'll know. But yeah, both players going to be going for AAVs now. Carrier production upgrade coming out about the same time as well. So you can tell both players using essentially the same strategy. LAVs here not targeting the LAVs of his opponent, so they should actually all go down here, I think. He maybe could get some high ground there. Yeah, it doesn't really. This dune is very shallow. I'm not sure if it actually would even give the high ground bonus. Looks like he really just wants to put down as much damage on the base runner as he can. Not sure how I feel about that, because obviously this artifact is already taken and there's a turret on it. So this base runner is going to want to come back home just naturally. So I don't know, but that's the choice. 4 for 1. And then damage on that base runner. Artifact can get extracted for Shrike as well, and he's open to take this other one as also. He's also open to take this other one. And as you can see, that's what he's going to immediately move over to. 3 AAVs now coming out across the field here to try and stop that. If the base runner can just put down another turret, that'd be fine. In fact, I think if he wants to get this extraction, probably just putting a turret down right there is a good idea. But yeah, he's saving it for a sport cruiser. That makes a lot of sense as well. Oh, that's that turret. He's going to try to pop it with 3 LAVs. Being on half health, I think he can. That should be fine. Going to lose 1 LAV for that. Take some damage on the second, but that's totally fine. Artifact has been picked up now, so these 3 AAVs in an excellent position. 2 LAVs here, not sure they should really just get involved at all, actually, because I think they're just going to get killed. But what he can do here is pop smoke on the base runner. I was going to say drop a turret. That's probably not a good idea. Actually, both players are going to smoke each other this time. That smoke there, as you can see, definitely meant to allow the LAVs to attack the base runner, but Like I said, I'm not sure about them even being here at all. I feel like the damage they add is pretty minuscule. Really good smokes, though, gonna keep that, really good smokes gonna keep the LAVs from getting hit by that AAV, but they're in it now, so no smokes left, and really Shrike should target these LAVs, I think. Gonna try to set down a turret here. That seems a little unlikely. And that does cost money, so obviously, as we know, if a unit dies as it's coming out of another unit, you don't get the money back for it. The thing just dies, so that's pretty unfortunate. But Shrike has been taking advantage of this opportunity to push in here with these two AVs of his own. Probably wants to go to his opponent's main right here, but he is definitely holding him off the second. Yep, there he goes. So that's a very good play from him, actually, to recognize, well, the army is here. I can probably move out in this direction, can't I? And indeed he can. He's correct here. Railgun fabrication is also finished. He's on 2 bases. Things looking pretty smooth for him. And actually, railgun fabrication is finished for the Happy Cat as well. Oh, and there's railguns out on the field, too. That's pretty cool. No smokes are left on the AAVs here, so they'll definitely be killed, but yeah, if he stays behind the hill there, he should be able to get some good shots. Oh, no. He's going to push over the hill of his own accord. Probably just didn't realize how safe he was there. He's going to back up now. Yeah, so I mean, this will get cleaned up eventually, but there is going to be some damage done. These AAVs having a little tickle fest over here as well. And Shrike's got armor 1, which is why he's able to survive for so long. I mean, this guy's been being shot at constantly for some time now, to say the least. And he's still kicking. In fact, he's got a smoke. Dude, smoke him. I mean, when you're in this kind of situation, really what you want to do is just be as annoying as possible. See that? Like, that is a good move, because it's just annoying, right? The longer you can delay your opponent, the more annoying you can be in that scenario, the better. So Happy Cat's starting to float a lot of resources here, and I think he's just been busy microing his army there, hasn't been queuing anything up. So his macro is suffering quite a lot here, and Shrike looking like he's probably ready to expand to a 4th base, huh? I mean, he's got the supply, certainly. He has the money. What? Salvagers? Yep. Support cruiser? Oh wait, that's another salvager being made. It's just bugging out. I think, anyway. I'm not sure. Point is, he probably should. I mean, it's free, basically. You know, he's definitely open to... yeah, it doesn't seem to be. But that's alright. Whoa. Looks like Mag Accelerator is finished on these 2 rails, and they're on high ground. They should definitely be attacking those 2, but... because I think if Shrike had realized, like, oh, he's attacking my AAVs, he probably could have just stayed there and killed them, but... and like, you know, I feel like both players' macro are actually suffering kind of a lot more than I would expect here. And Shrike really not making any units at all, which is kind of strange. Just now starting to make some railguns. He could already be on a 3rd base here right now, though, right? And wouldn't that be better? I'm kind of unsure what's been going on in that regard. However, he's going to pick off an AV right here, but he's kind of getting hounded by these rails. Oh, you don't want to fight this. You don't want to fight this. Yes, he's going to lose these 2 rails right here for nothing, I would have thought. Yeah, he needs to have army here. He's making a support cruiser now, but I feel like now it's a bit too late, yeah? LAV's also going to come in on that side, which is quite nice. If he's making AAVs, he's not going to win the rail war, so he's actually in a bit of a tough spot here, which is very much unexpected, because you wouldn't have thought that based on how things looked, you know, even just a minute ago, but that's what'll happen if you stop building units. Suddenly your opponent has more units than you. So he's going to transition to LAVs. I actually like that choice, because like I just said, he can't really invest into AAVs right now, or he'll be too slow to hold the rails. So, and yeah, much to his luck, his opponent is just attacking a salvager right here that's never going to die, right? This thing's practically immortal in this scenario. But yeah, I approve of that, and I think at this point there's so few railguns, he can just push right in there, so he'll be okay. But definitely could have done that a bit better. Now, I noticed he got Assault Cruiser Fabrication, and I'd like to see him make that, just because they're cool units, but also, I think, in this situation, it might actually be quite helpful. But this is a fight Shrike definitely needs to take, because, I mean, he's underneath the healing of the Support Cruiser, and he's almost got the numbers advantage anyway, so that's not going to be a problem for him. Yeah, so it doesn't look like Happy Cat's attack really amounted to much, but it definitely could have. I think there was an opportunity there that he could have done a lot of damage, actually, which is pretty astounding, because, you know, Shrike was clearly at the eco lead and had more units that he could have made. He just didn't make any, so Probably at this point wants to move his carry down there. There you go. Get that base saturated. And I'd say start making... probably he wants to go into artillery, yeah? But assault cruisers would not be bad here either. Well, maybe I should really say they wouldn't have been bad like a couple minutes ago, but now that all the LAVs are dead, maybe it actually isn't the best choice. Turret goes up in a bit of a suspicious position right here, and I can be able to actually shoot at anything. You can see it patiently tracking with its turret there, but no, it's not going to get any shots off. And it looks like the rails are going to get caught out of position right here. I'd like to see Shrike just finish these two guys off, because they represent, like, actually a fairly significant damage output, and they're at, like, no health. And you know what I always say, no health units do 100% damage, right? So, but that's okay. I think he probably could have killed off another railgun if he would have killed those two first, but it's questionable anyway, so not the biggest deal. Artillery coming out now, or, you know, getting researched anyway. Ooh, whoa, whoa, my dude. That's what this button is for. Gonna start going for some upgrades, which I like. And his opponent does have upgrades, by the way. Now he does anyway. He didn't earlier when he took this fight here. That would have really helped him, but he's got armor 1 now. And that turret's not going to be in a bad position to help, you know, hold this area. It's just, it was kind of strange where it was put at the moment because, like, it couldn't actually shoot at anything. But that will be actually quite a useful turret, I think. But yeah, Happy Cat just very patiently been extracting artifacts this whole time. He's only on 2 bases, though, and I think he's going to start falling behind further and further, but he did get air tech. I noticed that. And Shrike not having Sport Cruiser anti-air, because why would he? There's no tell for that just yet. It's also very RU heavy. You don't want to get that usually. He has not got any anti-air at the moment. Assault Cruisers with their anti-air. Yeah, Sport Cruiser anti-air is better. I'll admit that very freely. Boost's going to get used here, by the way, to take out the Space Runner, which I like. Don't give the AAVs any time to get there. They're gonna dive on the AAVs though. Probably don't want to do that. I'm not sure how I feel about this, although the AAVs definitely were a bit slow to respond. But they can still use smoke, yeah, on the railguns there. So I think that was a tremendous waste actually, and a whole lot of LAVs might just go down right now. Shrike making rails of his own though, so he should be able to hold this, right? He doesn't have the no, he does. He's got the mag accelerator now. And he's got 2 rails over here as well. Actually, these guys miraculously managed to run past that army. The really miraculous thing, though, is that they're still being chased by these guys. I think they should just forget about it. I mean, the carrier's got this on its own, let alone these LAVs that are here. So that is going to buy a little bit more time for Shrike. Once again, that's what this button is for, buddy. I'm going to click that one. Anyway. And yeah, more upgrades coming out on those LAVs. Happy Cat, though, to his credit, also has got armor 2 on these guys. And he has 2 bombers queued up now, I assume building at the same time, although it's hard to tell. See that? What a waste. Anyway. Railgun count's looking pretty even actually on this front right here, but these 2 are back in a good position. You know, I wonder if it's worth it to just pop the logistics module right there so that you can get vision of this kind of stuff. I think so, especially if you're going to have to use logistics anyway. I like to try and use them kind of in like a scouting position when I play as Coalition, but then they get killed and I kind of feel stupid about it sometimes. Base runners shouldn't make this extraction, I don't think anyway. Especially with 0 armor and there's damage upgrade, LAVs attack them, yeah, but it is close. It's quite close. But this army's going all the way around here. It's quite interesting to see. Now the tactical bomber's got his eyes on some railguns as well. He should. Probably going to be 3, yep. And I think that second tac bomber, if he's microing it properly, should be able to get the other 3. They sort of moved into the optimal position for it, haven't they? Oh, what a dud. I feel like that did nothing. Tac bombers, am I right? There is 1 AAV parked here to stop this push, which is excellent. That's definitely what you want to do. And there's 2 more that are in position to come in. And there's artillery out too. So I think that Shrike has definitely got the tools to hold off this push here, but he needs to be careful. Yeah, he's going to want to smoke the support cruiser, there you go. The reason, of course, being that, like, salvagers are going to get killed here, but if the support cruiser goes down, that's a really big deal. Rails are coming in to attack here, and he's kind of out of position, right? I mean, this artillery cruiser is good, but it's way on the other side. I want to re-smoke this now, Shrike. Oh, fast as he can. Yeah, he's going to lose the support cruiser, looks like. No smoke being popped on that one. And now the army, rather than responding, seems to be trying to do a counterattack, but I don't think that'll work, and your opponent's here much earlier than you. Rail's getting produced on this side, which is good, and then I think the carrier should... Yeah, carrier's also going to move up this way. But, like, he's not going to... Yeah, Boost getting used to close the distance on this turret, by the way. But he's not ever going to be able to win, like, a base trade scenario here, is he? So I think this is definitely an overreaction. It's definitely a bit of a knee-jerk, especially considering his opponent's only on 2 bases anyway, so... You're not even losing too much if you just stay here, right? Also note that bomber is out there and there's no anti-air coverage just yet, so there's no momentum gonna be had from this push here. LAVs do a terrible job against bombers, what with the 15 armor and all. And bombers do a pretty good job against LAVs, as you can see. That's coalition bombers, of course. Galzine bombers are not really the best at it. Unless they bunch up, they can be good. But... So he's deciding to come back now. No, never mind. He's rotating, I guess. Yeah, trying to fit around the carrier there. But yeah, kind of like a panic move, you know. I feel like he didn't need to leave there. He was actually just fine. 2 missile batteries out as well, so I mean he's got the anti-air coverage he needed now. Carrier can do fine screening for the rails, and he can also use the mortar right here if he wants to. Rail's definitely getting ahead of the Earth. They're literally all on a move command to go right there. Oh my gosh. That's highly lazy. I'm not sure why he's doing this. I mean, I really feel like he, yeah, and this artillery cruiser is going to go down here, by the way. It's gotten way too close to these, well, maybe not. If they're set to target a missile battery out there, they could be fine. And smoking here is probably not a good move either, because artillery, of course, doesn't care about smoke, right? Yeah, I feel like Shrike's just, like, hit F2, and then just... That was F12. F2... Oh yeah, I did, yeah. He's just like hit F2 and then clicked over there. I'm not sure why he did this. I mean, I really feel like this was actually going fine for him, but now he's way behind. I mean, like, I don't know. Artillery goes down to those AAVs, which is kind of needless, I feel, because, I mean, if the railguns hadn't run in there and instead just been here, they would have been fine. I think 1 bomber died, yeah. But that second one gonna get out by the grace of Seduk, I suppose. And at this point, things are looking obviously pretty grim for Shrike. You gotta make a base for him, that's interesting. But yeah, he'll want to just head back and get an eco set up, I suppose, but probably that just represents game-ending damage, huh? Really curious. Really curious. Carriers do a pretty good job against Strikecraft. They really do. Yeah, I don't know how well versed you are in the Bible, but this is like that one time that David is chilling at Jerusalem, you know, doing what he do. And they're like, yeah, like this army of like 20 guys is showing up, and he's like, evacuate! Run! And you're like, whoa, David, what are you doing? This is like that, but DOK style. I would give you the reference, but I've no clue myself. I just know that it happens in there somewhere. Bombers, by the way, I imagine there's some people who don't know this, but they don't do very well against carriers. They have like a... I think it's like a 50% damage penalty. It's like something huge like that, so... They don't do very much damage to carriers. Wait, Shrike. Shrike, my boy. Did you spend all of your resources? Have you got any salvages? He's got 1. No, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not good. No. Well, yeah. I guess that definitely makes it a game. We can just go ahead and fast forward at this point then, I feel. Of course, Strike Fighters just kind of doing their thing. Here comes the LAVs. Oh, tragically denied. It was like dropping off the CUs that would allow him to build another one, but he got killed. And then the railguns just go ahead and chew him up, and he'll... Oh, yeah, he's just gonna surrender right there. Yeah, really quite a strange game. I mean, Shrike was like very much ahead in the beginning, and then he just like didn't make anything. So his opponent like pushed back, and then he got very much ahead again. And then his opponent took out his main, and he just like panicked and like ran. It's kind of funny. Well, in that case, Happy Cat's definitely gonna win this one. Or, well, I mean, that sounds like an obvious statement, but you know, you get what I'm saying. Definitely an upset. That was not really supposed to happen, I don't think. So, Shrike will do better next time, I'm sure. But hopefully this is a game that he can learn from. Yeah, no reason to panic. And also, macro, very important, you know, you gotta keep making units pretty much constantly. Or else, you'll win fights and still be behind, you know what I mean?